Hello and welcome to Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. And joining me at this time are two extremely memorable icons in all of tag team wrestling and some of the most fun you'll ever have and see in the wrestling ring together. The American Diesel dump truck, Squeaks Da Clown, ready to dump all over you and take you to Clown College. Welcome, ICT, to Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. Joining me via phone is none other than Squeaks Da Clown. Say hello, everybody.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Well, we are doing great. I've got a bunch of questions for you. My fans and myself have asked me some questions to ask you. I hope it's okay. Ken, is it all right if we just jump right in?
Let's do it.
All right. My first question is for both of you. I've got to ask you guys 100%. Now that the night is going to be the same, it's going to be the same for both of you starting off. I will save this. The American Diesel dump truck, I'd like you to answer it first. But then okay. I want to get Squeaks Da Clown. I want to get your answer as well. So how did you guys break into the business and who trained you?
When I was young, I've watched wrestling all my life. Like, I remember watching Saturday morning wrestling with Ric Flair and Arnett, the Four Horsemen and all them. And I remember going and watching them do promos and stuff and going to my mama's bathroom and actually doing the promos and stuff. Well, I went to a show in Fountain Inn, South Carolina, and hooked up with a guy named Brian White and another guy named Cat Daddy, and they hooked me up with Manny Fernandez, James Hamby, and that's who trained me.
Wow.
They broke Manny Fernandez down to teach me how to be a redneck.
How to be a redneck? I don't think you had any problems with that there, Trent.
That's what blew my mind. I mean, he coming down here, and I mean, it was Manny Fernandez, you know what I mean? And I was flipping out, and he's like, I'm going to show you how to be a redneck. I was like, well, this is going to be an easy class.
And what about you, Squeaks? Who trained you? How'd you break into the business?
Well, it was a dark and stormy night. No, I'm just playing. Actually, my dad started. I think I was 6, 8 years old, and I was his practice dummy for pile drivers and whatnot. And, then high school happened and playing football. And fast forward, was it 06? I went and started at APW's Chop Shop, I guess is what they called it, with Ken Magnum. I've had a couple hands put a little piece into my stew, I guess.
Well, it's a great time to break into the business whenever you broke in, because it seems like you all have been all over the world and done everything. So I have to ask you, when was the decision made to become a tag team?
Well, I showed up at a show, and when I walked in, I said, "Hey, Clown, you and Truck are working together." And it's kind of a little story that Truck's kind of scared of Clown.
Truck, are you scared of clowns?
I'm terrified of clowns. Like, I have a real phobia of clowns.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I'm serious. And when I first met Squeaks, I was scared to death of him. They
scared
put us in the ring together.
Squeaks?
Yeah, I was scared to death. When I first seen him, I went out the door to go to my car to go get me a can of dip. And I walked around the corner, and there was this big 6-foot-something clown coming around the corner. And I hightailed it the other way and ran back in the building.
You ran right back in the building from it, huh?
And then I got in the ring, and he come up and he hugged me and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know, I'm cool with him now because I'm not scared of other clowns no more because I got one behind my back and I'm good with it. As long as I'm good with one clown, all the rest of them will leave me alone.
Madison Hope Gibson came in and said, "What's your favorite match that you all have been involved in together?"
Favorite one together. And I just say it'd be the first time me and Trump, we were Suicide and Barbarian.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a good match.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it,
well,
Chuck.
there's another one besides the Suicide and Barbarian. I mean, working with the Barbarian is one of my biggest dreams ever. And we've got to do it twice now. But the one thing that I'll never forget is it was a 6-man tag, and we got to work with Heath Slater. We tagged with Heath Slater and came out to the 3MB music. and oh my God, I was on a high that I've never been on before.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Truck, I understand that you guys had just a little bit of animosity this past week that happened at the school of Morton on the 8th. Do you guys want to talk about that, Squeaks?
Squeaks is probably wanting an explanation because I ain't really said nothing about it.
A little bit of work in there. I'm gonna have to say it's miscommunications. I'm trying to do some things, and the pot just didn't mix together. The only thing I can think is what happened.
Well, they're kind of showing it on the screen right now. We've got it showing up here. It looks like Get 'em Kilmore's got you down and out there, Squeaks, for just a little bit. And it looks like you guys are getting ready to get on top of it and make your big comeback here. You slapped him right down to the ground, got him on the ground in that chest, hit him right in the center of his chest. And it looks like we got Joseph counting for the count here. But my goodness, it seems like you guys were on the same page, and then it just turned. What happened to where it turned against you? And how do you guys deal with the animosity, especially from being on the road, traveling together all the time? Was this just blowover? Was this just an accident? Or is this something that's going to be continuing on as we see in the School of Morton and beside the ring and all the other places that you guys travel?
I believe I believe in my heart.
I mean, everybody has ribs, I guess is what you call it. They happen a little here, a little there, but trust my brother. We're going to get through it. We're going to make it happen. And one little hiccup in the road, it ain't going to stop us from making all the way to where we're trying to get to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Truck, you were saying something and you kind of cut off there for a second. Go ahead.
I believe it was just frustration and wrong place, wrong time type of stuff. Me, like Squeak said, we're brothers. We made that pact that day that we was gonna go through this career and we was gonna make stuff happen for the ice cream truck that we could never even fathom. And so far we've been doing that. We've had a couple of hiccups here and there. But I mean, we're 2-time East Tennessee Tag Team Champions, former SNEW Tag Team Champions, former APW Tag Team Champions. We're former Tag Team Champions all over North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. Now, currently, we're the New Blood Tag Team Champions, where we beat 3 other teams, including the Powers of Pain. So I believe we'll get through it, and people ain't even started seeing the stuff that's going to happen with Ice Cream Truck yet.
I absolutely agree with you, Truck. I 100% agree with you. I believe that you guys will get back to where you need to be. I think that, like you said, this is just a hiccup in the road, and every family goes through stuff. Every family has fights and skirmishes, and they don't get along all the time. And I think y'all were just having some growing pains inside the ring. But it does bring a bigger question involved here, and that's going to be with none other than the Void, guys. We have to talk about it. We were there at Fright Night. I believe the cards were stacked against you. Do you believe the cards were stacked against you to get new tag team champions at the School of Morton?
Of course they were.
I mean, was the Void's day. Not gonna take anything away from him, but I mean, 6 bodies and just two little clowns. But it happened at one time. We will come back. We will take them back. They're going to belong to us again. Rightful home and place is where they should go.
I could agree more with you, Squeaks. Truck, do you have anything you want to say on that?
I like my brother said, I don't take nothing away from the Void. And I don't take anything away from EGC neither. Because ever since we came into the school of Morton, we've had to fight and put down and state our dominance of what we're going to do in the tag team division. So whatever we got to do to get back on top, you better believe the ice cream truck is ready for that fight.
Well, we saw the Void get the win, and I don't mean any disrespect whatsoever, Mr. Squeaks, Mr. Dump Truck. I mean no disrespect whatsoever by saying this. But it is what it is, and it's going to take a lot to bring those titles back home to ICT. Do you think that you have what it takes to bring it back home? And I'll start with you, Mr. Squeaks. Do you believe you guys have what it takes to bring it back home?
Absolutely, I believe we have what it takes to bring it home. We have what it took to get them, and we will. I've been hitting the gym 3-4 days a week to work on it and get better. So I'm going to improve myself to make sure they come back to where they belong.
And Mr. Truck?
Do we have what it takes to get back where we're at? I'm going to tell you this. We came into SOM, our debut, and became #1 contenders for those East Tennessee tag team titles. We came in to the School of Morton with our horse blinders on, ready for business. So this is not going to be any different. We know we got an uphill fight, but that's all right, because that's what kind of fighting we like to do.
Well, Mr. Truck, are you afraid of Barnabas Spector? I know he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and the Void in that tag team gold are going to try to do everything that they can to hold on to that gold. Do you think that they're going to be getting involved in any way possible, especially with the Black Dahlia at the side? We saw that come into play in multiple promotions, including JCP, also Memphis Professional Wrestling. So I just want to know what your thoughts are and where you're going to be going at. Do you think Jesse will be able to hold her off?
With Barnabas,
Possibility.
he's unpredictable.
But as you were saying, the Black Dahlia has interfered with us, I know of, twice. And we just got to work better at I watch my back, he watch his back, I watch his back, he watch my back, all eyes all around kind of thing. I think that's what we need to work on and get a little better at.
Absolutely. Mr. Truck, you were saying?
Yeah. With Barnabas, he's unpredictable, and there's no telling. I know he'll try to get involved. And the Black Dahlia, if she tries to get involved, you better believe I got to back up with Jesse, and she's ready for a fight too.
Oh, I believe that, Truck. I believe that 100%. But you also have to remember there's lots of tag teams who are looking to use ICT as a stepping stone to get a shot at not only the SOM tag team gold, but such as, and not limited to, the Heathens, Ryan Mantis and TKO, who I believe you still have something belonging to TKO, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like you keep saying, well,
you don't know what I'm talking about?
He bought ice cream and he left happy. We'll just say that.
Ice cream and he left happy, huh?
I mean, ice cream makes you happy. That's all I have to say.
Well, it's definitely true that there are other tag teams in the division who are absolutely looking to use you guys as a stepping stone there, Squeaks. And well, you've got to know, how do you plan on holding yourself at the prestigious level that you're at currently and to keep on being that tag team that is up for that #1 contendership?
I mean, we just got to keep working together. And
Keep working together and keep fighting.
Keep it on. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. You got to keep on working hard and keep on keeping on, is what he said. Truck, do you have any thoughts on that as well?
Just like my brother said, we're going to keep fighting. And this, I'm going to take this little time to look into the camera to all you other tag teams watching this right now and listening to what Ice Cream Truck has to say. If you think we're going to be a stepping stone, no, brother, because all you're going to come up against is a wall. I promise you that.
Very strong words, but we have to ask you specifically about the Extraordinary Gentlemen's Club. Do you all give the devil his due? They have had your number in the past and are looking to hold the pinnacle of professional wrestling, but must go through you all in order to get that. So what do you have to say about that, Mr. Truck?
We've had our ups and downs with EGC up and down these roads ever since we came to the School of Morton. They're beginning to be like roaches. They just won't go away. And if we have to settle that with the EGC, then that's fine. But it looks like EGC's got their own little problems they need to work out in their house before they come knocking at our door.
Ooh, I would agree with that, Mr. Truck. But Mr. Squeaks, what do you have to say about EGC?
Well, from what I hear, they are a 10-time School of Morton champion, East Tennessee Tag Team champion, which is great. But that does mean they have lost them 11 times. And, I mean, they're good. They give us a fight. They give us a fight every time we get in the ring with them. I don't see any reason for them to quit doing it. I don't see us giving any reason not to go in like they're the best that they could be. And we'll keep fighting like they keep fighting. I can't take nothing away from them. I'm just saying, most of any given Sundays, we got a little bit more than they wanted.
Very true, you did. And you've actually had their number as well as them having your number as well. So we've got to say both sides of the story. We know that you won those titles away from them at one point in time. And we know that you can do it again, Ice Cream Truck. And we're looking forward to that. But we've got to move forward because we know that there's a big date coming up on December 14th at the School of Morton right there in Newport, Tennessee. You guys will be hosting Ring Wars Carolina at the School of Morton there. What can we expect to see from ICT, and will they be in action right then?
I do believe that show's been currently canceled.
I think they buckled down because I don't think they're coming on the 14th. We will be ready on the 14th, but I don't believe they will be.
Mr. Truck?
Yeah, I don't believe Ring Wars wants to come. See, I
believe I've lost Mr. Truck. I do apologize. The American Diesel Dump Truck, I will be working to get him back as soon as possible. Trying to get him right back in. He's still down. But we'll move on until he gets back here. Mr. Squeaks, I know that under Ring Wars Carolina, here he is. You were mentioning that Ring Wars Carolina is not going to be ready for you, Mr. Squeaks. Can you tell us why?
I mean, well, we went to them before, and School of Morton showed out, and I thought they were ready because they had home field advantage. But when we got there, they wasn't ready for that. The only thing I can think of is why it ain't ready, or they ain't ready.
All right, we got Mr. Truck back. Mr. Truck, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, like I said before, I missed the first one. Ring Wars Carolina. Y'all don't want to see me. Y'all don't want to meet me. But brother, I want to meet every one of y'all. I'm ready. Whenever Ring Wars is, dump truck and the ice cream truck, we're ready.
I believe that, sir. Now we've got to talk about some stuff that happened. Oh, I think I lost him. I think he's gone again. Are you still there, Squeaks? Are you?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm still here.
All right. So we're going to move back to Beside the Ring Championship Wrestling. I lost the American Diesel dump truck, but he did get his last word in for December 14th. We will have him back as soon as we can get him through. I'm going to send him another invite to come on in. Here he comes. But we're going to talk about Beside the Ring Championship Wrestling for a minute. And we got to see you guys just a few days ago in November take on, a bunch of people, really, to be honest with you. You and the White Trash Millionaire, both of you and the White Trash Millionaire took on Hunter Wolf and the two goons that he had with him. And boy, did y'all have a great time, a great match. And we're going to catch some highlights of it right here. We'll see the big win come off. You got a good clothesline there, Truck.
Thank you.
Great shoot off here, right into the ropes. Oh, and Hunter Wolf took one right in the moneymaker. You're setting him up right here. And the White Trash Millionaire comes on in. What a gore that was. Working great as a cohesive unit there with you guys. You guys have done real wonderful in the past there, and it just seems like it's working wonderful for you guys when you're at Beside the Ring Championship Wrestling, which brings the big question here, because we know that Amish Country was there, and they had a lot to say the last time I talked to them. They had a lot of grumblings that was going on directly from themselves. So I have to ask both of you. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Squeaks, because this is a direct quote from Amish Country. Let me find it because I just lost it. I do apologize about that. But the direct quote is that you don't sell old-fashioned hand-churned ice cream, and a buggy and wagon is all they're going to need to defeat you 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring and show you how to churn till you get the right consistency. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Squeaks?
Well, I know when we're there and we're delivering ice cream, ours is suitable for everybody. And circumstances and whatnot. And it does not sit well with most people's stomachs. Just saying. And they can bring their carts and buggies and KFC, and they can bring anybody they want with them. And we're going to send them back satisfied with our sprinkles is how we'll send them back.
Absolutely. I do agree with that. Mr. Truck, what would you have to say about that to Amish Country?
I don't know what Amish Country's problem is. We love all kind of ice cream, even Amish ice cream. But if they want to pick a fight with the ice cream truck, we'll sure enough serve them the sprinkles.
I like that, Truck. I like that a lot, to be honest with you. I do have to say, I've seen them a couple times in person, and man, they are great as a cohesive unit. They work really well together. They have everything. And then Betsy the Chicken, we can't say enough about Betsy the Chicken at the side, but I'm telling you, if you're serving some true ice cream out there, I think you all have the advantage right then and there when it happens. So, Squeaks Da Clown, the American Diesel dump truck, I know that you all will have a great match with them, but there's one other tag team that had something to say, and that was Stone Age. You guys know Stone Age, Yabba Dabba, the old man?
Yeah.
Well, we caught up with them, and they said, who promised to take you all the way back to the Stone Age, 1, 2, 3 for the victory. What would you say to them, Squeaks?
Well, I think Weird Al put it a little best that anybody can ever say. It's a yabba dabba, yabba dabba, yabba dabba do now. And we'll smack them around and we'll give them that ice cream sandwich all the way back to Bedrock if that's how they want it.
The ice cream sandwich all the way back to Bedrock, he says. I did lose the American Diesel Dump Truck. I'm trying to get him right back in here. If you'll give me just a moment, I'll try to get him right back in here, guys, for you. And we'll get his response there as well. But I agree with you. I think that if you're going to take them all the way back to the Stone Age, you're going to give them some true flavors, some of those old school flavors, chocolate, ice cream, Neapolitan, all of it. You're going to make sure that they get a taste of the good stuff whenever you get to face them. Go ahead, sir.
I was saying, absolutely. They get nothing but the old school flavors. Chocolate, vanilla. Strawberry might be a little too hip, but we'll see how it goes.
I believe that 100%. I think that we're going to be able to expect you in action in the future, especially at School of Morton and also beside the Ring Championship Wrestling. Mr. Squeaks, is there anywhere else that you will be performing at, sir?
I know the ice cream truck together, we will be at Explosive Pro Wrestling. We got that coming up. This is every Friday, right there at 122 Builders Court in Bowling Springs. From there, we're in talks with some people in Georgia. Then we got a couple of them we're running out of Shelby and Shelby. Gastonia, Chesney, South Carolina. We're kind of all over the place.
Well, Truck, you are out, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to respond to the Stone Age, who promised to take you all the way back to the Stone Age 1, 2, 3 for the victory. What would you like to say to them?
If the Stone Age want some of the ice cream truck, we can just yabba dabba do that anytime.
All right. I like that. I would love to see that happen. Mr. Scott, I know you're watching out there for Beside the Ring. Book this match, baby. Make it happen. Let's bring it on. ICT versus the Stone Age. Let's see what happens there. Let's get the ICT fans out there and let them have all the ice cream they want. Serve them on up, baby. I love to see that. Mr. Truck, he was giving us some of the bookings that you're at. Do you have any other bookings that you're going to be available to where the fans can see you?
Like he said, we're going to be at Explosive Pro Wrestling on Friday night. Start where? December?
Yeah, this is easy.
Saturday the 21st, I'll be at CMW in 96, South Carolina. The 22nd, we'll be at the SOM in Newport, Tennessee. And all over Bowling Springs and Bowling Springs, SOM. We're gonna be all over.
And do you have any?
Everybody just have to wait till we throw the dates up on the page. Everybody will know where we're going to be. We'll give everybody all the information they need.
Absolutely. And they can find you on Facebook at the American Diesel Dump Truck, and also Squeaks Da Clown is how they're going to find you as well. Is that correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And do you have any merchandise that's going to be for sale at these shows? And if not, where can they get a hold of your merchandise?
We both have merch tables at every show we go to.
Get a little table set up. If not, you can message us on Facebook. We'll look up where you can get it to you that way.
Truck, you were saying?
We both have merch tables at every show we go to. If you want dump truck merch, you go to the Jesse's Mindful Creations page. You can see all my t-shirts, any kind of merch. And to anybody that wants to give ideas on the next dump truck or ice cream truck shirt, if we choose your picture, you get a free shirt.
Absolutely.
So bring those ideas in. I'm always looking for ideas for new shirts, for new merch.
Absolutely, fans. So that's something great to get you all involved with the American Diesel dump truck and with Squeaks Da Clown. Definitely design a shirt for them that would be good for the ice cream truck, for the American Diesel dump truck, and Squeaks Da Clown, and send them all in to the American Diesel dump truck and Jesse, and let them choose your design today. That'd be a great time.
Yes.
And how can they get a hold of you guys? Is it through just the American Diesel dump truck Facebook page and the Jesse's Creative Mindful Creations page?
Yeah, you could do that. You can go on the American Diesel TikTok. You can go on the Jesse TikTok. We both have Instagram. Find us, and there will soon be a American Diesel Dump Truck YouTube page where you can come watch all my old matches, my interviews, my podcasts like this. You can find all my merch on there too. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up. There's going to be a comic book. There's already a coloring book. And I'm currently pitching around and designing a YouTube cartoon. And we have sponsorship opportunities. If anybody wants to try to sponsor the American Diesel Dump Truck with any of his stuff, because this riding up down the road, I quit my real job and I'm doing this full time.
And I believe we've got that on the page for you too, the business, personal, and sponsorship opportunities that's available right there for you. And you can find that under the American Diesel Dump Truck and also Jesse's Mindful Creations. You can get your sponsorships there, and they got all different levels. They start all the way down, $19, $29, $39, $49, $99. They also have the autographed area where you can get a shirt, you can get a picture, you can get a social media banner design, you can get shout outs and commercials monthly for $100. You can get so much for a monthly $75 subscription, a free shirt, and a picture social media banner design for 12 months. Under a $50 subscription as well. You have so much stuff available to you. So we definitely want to give you guys a shout out there, Truck. It would be a great time for you guys to like that and follow and subscribe, and definitely give them a subscription today, because they definitely are doing the work for you everywhere across the nation. And as you heard, he's booked from South Carolina all the way to Alabama. So they're going to be moving pretty quick. And you guys definitely don't want to miss this opportunity to get your name, your business, your reputation out there with the American Diesel Dump Truck and Jesse's Mindful Creations directly. And also Squeaks Da Clown, baby. That's how you're going to do it there. We do have a fan question for you guys before we go. It says from Chris Childers. He said, how about did you get your name? Let's go with Squeaks on this one. Squeaks, how did you get your name?
Well, many months ago, about 2000, I was playing football in high school, and as you can tell, my voice, it lacks a certain bass to it. And all my teammates would call me Squeaks because, I squeaked apparently. And, went through high school and put on a little clown paint, and Squeaks Da Clown was born.
Absolutely. What about you, Truck?
It's a funny story. I was given the name Dump Truck. Well, actually, when I started in Bowling Springs, I went through like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 names. They was trying to find a name to fit my gimmick and all this. And we were sitting in the office. It was me and a couple other wrestlers and Chief J Eagle when he was running American Pro Wrestling out of Bowling Springs. And we was shooting over some names and all that. And all of a sudden, the man, he changed his gear in his office, whether you were sitting in there or not. And Jay Eagle, I if I'm lying, I'm crying, ain't shed a tear. Stood up, naked as a jaybird, and hollered, "Dump Truck. That's what I'm gonna call you, Dump Truck." And with tears running down my face, I'm like, I don't want to be Dump Truck. I don't want to be Dump Truck.
It's too late at that point, though, Truck.
and I don't know, and the name stuck, and it's gotten me here, and now
it's definitely
I
something
wouldn't change
memorable
it for anything.
Yeah, you could remember your name for the world. It doesn't matter where you go. The American Diesel Dump Truck is a staple in professional wrestling. You don't have to change it for anything. Don't ever change that name because it's going to be what you're known by the rest of your life. Also, Missy Childers came in and said, who has been the hardest tag team in all of organizations that you've worked with? And we'll start with you, Truck, on this. Who do you believe the hardest tag team you've ever worked with was?
Oh, that's a hard one because we have worked a lot of tag teams. I think the hardest tag team we ever worked, I have to say, were the Country Gentlemen.
The Kazana
AJ
Boys.
And KC Kazana.
Yeah.
AJ Kazana is one of the hardest hitting men that I have ever been in the ring with. And I'd do it all over again.
Well, he's definitely a brute. He's kind of avoided us here, but we've had his brother here on Wrestle Talk. We've had Casey come in a couple times, but I'm going to get you one day, AJ. I promise you're going to be on this show. And I promise the fans here that it will be soon. I just don't know exactly when. We've got his dad to come on the show too, Big Joe. So I definitely want to get him here. And I know what you're talking about, him being the hardest hitter in the game. When he puts a clothesline on you, when he puts a shoulder tackle on you, you feel it, buddy. You feel it the next day. So I can agree with that. Mr. Squeaks Da Clown.
Big shout out to the Kazanas. Big shout out to all of you.
My brother's truck here because the gentleman there, that was, I have to say, the hardest tag team we came up against so far. I mean, not saying anything that the rest of them was soft or anything, but to get up there, that was the next one. And the clotheslines you were mentioning, you know about it by next Tuesday.
Well, that lightning line that Casey has too, that's not nothing to joke about. Whenever he hits you with it, you feel it for a while. Both of them, both of those brutes, both of those boys have got it. They've got something special inside of them. So I would agree with that. I mean, you can see it. You can see it clear as day. Heck, he knocked Evan Golden's head off at Fright Night. He knocked it completely off at Fright Night. He did a flip. So, I mean, you're not telling me anything. Those boys are hard workers in the ring, hard workers outside of the ring, and they do so much for professional wrestling. And just to give them the shout out here on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver with the American Diesel Dump Truck and also Squeaks Da Clown, that is huge to say that they're your hardest pairing tag team that you've ever faced.
They really are.
I definitely would like to see more of that matchup in the future. I know, Joe, you're out there watching this. You're going to be listening to it a little bit later on as well. I see you here. Joe, you can book this match. Book it in JCP. Get ICT to JCP, baby. Let's see this happen.
Come on, Papa Kazana. Please book that. The Country Gentleman and ICT in JPWA. Please book it.
It's money. It's money. What do you think, Squeaks? Is it money?
Oh, there's a whole lot of money. That is.
That's going to be a whole lot of money, and you don't want to leave any of it on the table, Joe. So if you want the best in professional wrestling, you want the best tag team that's offered out here, definitely get you some ICT with the Country Gentlemen, and we will definitely love to see that in the future. I do want to let you guys know that right now. Finally, the last question is actually from Chris Childers as well. He says, who have you learned the most from during your wrestling careers? And I want to start with Squeaks on this one.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Like I said earlier, there's a whole bunch of different people who put a little bit into my stew. But I'm going to say a whole lot of it had to come from Chris Thunder Henderson. Because my dad would tell me some things, and then I guess being young and dumb, I guess I wouldn't pay attention to my dad would go and tell Thunder to make sure he told me. But I listened when he told me.
Wow. And what about you, Truck?
That's a hard question because it's like Squeak said, there's been a lot of fingers put in to make up what you see of the American Diesel Dump Truck. Now, I'll agree with Chris Thunder Anderson had a lot to do with how I run my persona. And here lately, it's been everything at the School of Morton that's made me up that level. especially after this past weekend. I was a part of the Mike Quackenbush seminar,
Oh yeah, I forgot
and
Quackenbush was there.
they had me doing stuff that I probably had no business doing. I was doing kip ups, and for almost a 400-pound man to do a kip up, that's something to see.
Well, Truck, not
And
only is it something to see, but it's something to behold. And you have the experience now. If you ever have to do them in the future, you know exactly what you're doing to do it properly. So you have the experience and you'll be able to use that. That is unforbiddable knowledge that you'll be able to use inside the wrestling ring against your next opponent.
It sure is. And I'll always be blessed to the School of Morton for everything that they've done, and to everybody that's ever had anything to do with anything to help make Dump Truck what he is today. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely. And Squeaks, did you attend that seminar as well with Quackenbush?
Unfortunately, I did not. But I did meet him and I talked to him a little bit. And I did purchase his book. I didn't actually get hands on, but I can read and learn up a little bit. And hopefully, I will catch him on the next one.
Awesome. Well, Squeaks, Dump Truck, I think that's about all the time that we're have for today. But do either one of you want to say anything to anyone watching? And I want to give Truck the opportunity to say it first.
Everywhere that's in the vicinity of this podcast or in my voice, if you're a tag team out there and you want to step up your game a little bit, you want to have some fun in the ring, come on down to School of Morton. Me and Squeaks Da Clown, we ain't that hard to find. Come on, get some. We'll give you a show.
Absolutely. I agree with that, Mr. Truck. Mr. Squeaks, what would you say to the fans watching?
Well, I just want to tell all the Squeak Maniacs and all the different gods and pretty much anybody that's watched me over the forever it seems like I've been doing it. I just want to tell them thank you. I mean, y'all didn't come to watch me do it. I wouldn't be any reason for me to go and do it. And they keep coming, I'm going to keep doing it until I have to crawl around, and then I'll probably still try to do it.
You probably become a teacher. You're so good with it. I think you'd become a teacher in it. Yeah, you'd be great to teach the next generation what to do inside the ring.
I mean, I can only teach them as much as I can teach. I can only teach them as much as I know. They'd have to go to get a little more from somebody else. But I can let them know what I know.
Oh, come on, Squeaks. You be giving them clown college. Don't lie to everybody. We all know that. Well, I would like to thank both of my guests, the American Diesel Dump Truck, Squeaks Da Clown, for being here tonight on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. And before we go, I would like to give each and every one of you guys the opportunity to partner and sponsor with us and support us. We are 100% supported by viewers just like you. And the best way that you can do that is you head right on over to the official merchandise page of us, which is www.streamlabs.com/Arabbidb3aver, just like it's spelled below on my name, /merch, and it'll take you to this page right here that's going to load up for you, and you can catch some of our gear. That's the best way to do it for us. We do also have sponsorship available to you guys. We will advertise for you once a month for $25. You get one advertisement a month for $25. If you want the full month, we'll do $100 for it, and we'll give you an advertisement on there. Just hit me up at facebook.com/JosephDH, and we'll get you out there. And that's how you support us and definitely get you some merchandise. It's Christmas. It's getting cold out there, guys, in the north. We have some hoodies. I've got some limited availability on this bad boy right here. The red one, it comes in different colors. It comes in the gray, the light blue, the dark blue, and the spotted gray that you've got. But I've only got 100 of them left After that, they're gone forever, and we will have to be ordering a new set to come in, and it'll take it about a year to get that next set in. So you guys definitely want to get them while they're available. 100 left on these, and there is shipping and handling that will be separate. Unfortunately, I can't offer you guys the free shipping and handling yet. I'm not sponsored enough to do that just yet, but as soon as that happens, I promise you guys I will let you know direct on there. But this is how you sponsor us. Go ahead and get you some good merchandise at www.streamlabs.com/Arabbidb3aver/merch and get your stuff today. And thank you guys so much. Once again, the American Diesel Dump Truck, thank you for being here. Squeaks Da Clown, thank you so much for being here. Ice Cream Truck, we've had such a great time. And I want to know if you guys will come back in the future and be here with us.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Absolutely. We'll definitely get that settled out. And so thank you guys. Thank each and every one of you that are watching here today. And remember, you heard it here first on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. Bye, guys.